First of all, we want to make sure that what has happened in California does not happen in Texas. Texas is a law and order state, and we will use every tool that we can to ensure order across our state. That includes the deployment of Texas Department of Public Safety officers, as well as Texas National Guard, in strategic locations where they can provide the most robust response where needed.
That's Texas Governor Greg Abbott there taking a tough stand and mirroring President Trump's strategy of deploying National Guard troops to deal with immigration protests. Abbott says he's going to send forces to cities across the state, including San Antonio and Austin, where protests are expected to grow this weekend. Joining us now, Austin Mayor Pro Tem Vanessa Fuentes. I want to ask you, first of all, the city has apparently been notified that the National Guard is prepared to assist if necessary. Do you think that's necessary? How prepared is local law enforcement, and how big or rowdy are these protests expected to be?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, this is not about public safety. This is about military intimidation. Our local law enforcement are trained in de-escalation. And with the governor announcing that they are sending armed personnel, military personnel into a community that is rightfully demanding that their constitutional rights are protected, it's a clear escalation. It's movements like that that create more tension in communities instead of creating a safer community.
I'm also wondering what level, if any, of coordination there has been. These multi-jurisdictional efforts can always be a little complicated, even here in D.C., where agencies work together all the time. Do you have a number for who is in charge of these troops? Does the police chief, does the mayor, what information do you have?
Well, quite frankly, there's not a lot of information. I can tell you that our police chief has been in conversation with the Department of Public Safety, with the state troopers. So I know that there is some level of coordination happening for the protest that is planned on Saturday. But again, I want to underscore what is really happening here. We have a president who is sending federal agents into communities and separating families. They are conducting these immigrant raids and without any due process. And that is why you have people all over our country who are organizing, who are protesting, who are demanding justice. That is what is important and what I don't want to lose sight of.
I also want to ask you about a developing story we've been following, and that's Democratic Senator Alex Padilla was just taken physically out of a room during a press conference with DHS Secretary Kristi Noem. What is your response to that? I just want to get your reaction.
Yeah, incredibly shameful. Again, we have a federal administration that is detaining United States senators, that are jailing protesters, that are sending armed military personnel into communities where we have residents who are rightfully demanding justice, demanding their constitutional rights are protected. It's not good, it's not normal, and history will not look kindly on these actions.
All right, and Senator Schumer is speaking about this incident right now on the Hill. We're going to have more for everybody on that at the top of the hour. Mayor Pro Tem Vanessa Fuentes, thank you so much for taking the time.